Every 6 months, ME Bank put out a report called the Household Financial Comfort Report. Basically a report where they summarise after surveying a range of Australian households and how they feel about their money. So the latest report came out recently and looked at a few different areas. So one of the summary areas which was interesting to look at was the concern that more than half expressed in regards to the cost of living. So expenses such as utilities, fuel, were cited as some of the concerns that the households have and dealing with those costs over time. Another one of the parts of the survey which is a little bit alarming was the fact that up to a quarter of the households surveyed said they have less than $1,000 in savings. Also, one of the areas of the report they call the Comfort Index looks at how people feel about their wealth increasing over time. The latest report actually showed very little change to the report 6 months ago, which shows that people don't think they're actually increasing their wealth. So the one common denominator I could see with the latest report was lack of savings. So whenever we work with people and help them manage their money, getting a savings behaviour and pattern in place is really important. So some tips which might help you in your own savings and increasing the money you're accumulating is number one, where applicable, try to separate your savings from where your everyday spending comes in. If you can separate and have a pot or an account put aside for savings separate to where you spend your money, it makes it much more likely you're going to separate it and not look at the savings as just additional money. Where possible, if you can put aside money to save first as soon as you get paid, makes it much more likely you will save that money. If you wait until you get close to payday to then save, much greater chance you will have spent most or all of your money. And of course, having a goal in place, really important. If you've got a target amount and a target date, makes it much more likely you know what you're working towards and much more likely you'll actually focus on your savings and not spend as much. So saving money does sound simple, but it's often the simple things that have the biggest impact.